All right. We need some better lighting in here, don't we? There we go. Good one last night. Epic game. Red Sox beating the Yankees in extra innings. Carlos Narvaez saved the day. He really did. I didn't have any issues, of course, with Cora keeping Crochet in. I mean, you kind of like it. I know the Red Sox ended up winning. Maybe I wouldn't say that, but that had a lot of drama, a ton of drama. That was pretty cool. That was a really good Yankees Red Sox kind of feel like it meant something night, kind of night. Um, but it was kind of interesting that you had a lot of the Yankees involved in it, former Yankees, with Whitlock got the win, and Chapman pitched in that game, and Narvaez, the former Yankee, got so you had a lot of former Yankees figuring in that. That was pretty cool. Um, and all the hoopla about the lineup, and it doesn't mean anything when you pitch. The Red Sox have a good problem. The fact that they have options that they could sit Durant in that game last night, that you can give some guys days off. So we're on Twitch, we're on TikTok Live as well. If you just search me, Mike Antonellis, you can find that pretty easy. But I like this position player group that you can have all this versatility. I think it's pretty cool, right? So like tonight, Anthony sits. You have Ref Snyder leading off and right. Devers is batting second. Romy at first. I thought Romy made some really good plays at first base last night. Narvaez hits cleanup. I mean, this is nuts. A rookie. Durant's hitting fifth tonight, which is a weird spot, but he's got a little pop. The Yankees have another lefty going. Rodon. Story. Raphael is hitting about 360 since May 27th. Meyer gets the call at third. What's very interesting about Abraham Toro, he is killing it. Um, but he is a little shaky at third. I think Meyer's done a good job, and then Campbell rounds out the order with Hunter Dobbins on the hill, and the game is on Fox, by the way, for those locally not on Nesson. I don't know if locally anyone cares, right? Um, but the game is on. There's soccer going on right now. I can hear it in the background. And the Yankees lineup is a little bit different as well. They're going to sit Bellinger tonight. A lot of these guys have been playing a lot, so they're trying to give them a break. They're going to have Grisham, who he didn't play last night. The Yankees are going to be in a similar spot as the Red Sox when they get Stanton back. They have a bunch of guys as well. I tell you what, their social media is really good. Their lineup graphic is really cool. I'm on their X account. So Grisham in center, Judge and right, Ben Rice, Massachusetts native DHs, Goldschmidt at first, Chisholm, who didn't play last night. So Chisholm and Grisham didn't play last night against the lefty. They're in there tonight. Then Volpe, Dominguez, Wells, LeMahieu. LeMahieu's been really good. So then when Stanton gets in, Aaron Boone said, "Yeah, we're gonna have to juggle some things around." Um, but that is, it's interesting that the Red Sox and Yankees kinda have the same position players. The Yankees have a great pitching staff. Um, somebody made a comment today on my TikTok. I respond to pretty much everybody I can saying that the Yankees are doing it with all pop, and they only have one good pitcher. Now I have to imagine that's a Red Sox fan that sent that in. The Yankees are top 4 or 5 in ERA, and, when you just simply pull up statistics, and let's also hear that the Yankees are without Cole and Heel. To me, they're 2 best pitchers, and Marcus Stroman is coming back from an injury as well. I don't know where he really fits in. But Fried has an ERA of under 2, 9 and 1. I really wish the Red Sox signed him as well. Rodon sub 3. Um, Will Warren's 4 and 3 with a 4.86, but he had a good month of May. He's got good stuff. He's got good numbers, strikeouts to innings pitched to hits. Um, Clark Schmidt is 3 and 3 with a 3.60 ERA. So their pitching's pretty good, and their bullpen is, Devin Williams has killed them, but the Yankees are 42 and 26. You're not doing that with all offense. They've won 4 1-0 games, which is remarkable. Yep, so the Red Sox, if they win tonight, they will win the series, and, they will have won 3 straight series, against and then they would be against the Rays. Well, the Yankees, Rays, and Yankees in that order, and, coming up for the Red Sox, they have a very interesting schedule coming up. I think this is gonna be good for Roman Anthony. Oh, Apple Jacks, that's awful. We haven't seen you since college. We gotta figure something out, huh? We gotta do a reunion, some kind of reunion. But I think that Roman Anthony is gonna dominate. Hopefully, he's with the club. But when they go on the road, this is gonna be good for Roman Anthony. I have kind of a different philosophy for those that don't know. I've been in professional baseball for 30 years. I'm one of the radio and TV broadcasters for the Worcester Red Sox. I'm part-time. I just do home games, but for 25 years, I was doing this full time. So you learn a thing or two about the game, the behind, there's lot, a lot of stuff. Um, Here's one thing that I can imagine Roman Anthony, he liked his family being there on opening for his first game, but I'm pretty sure that he did not like that they were sitting in the owner's seats. Those are John Henry seats, by the way. And the Red Sox kind of treating him different. Myers' family did not sit there. None of the rookies' families have sat there but them. I mean, I get it. He's the top prospect in the game, but there's a lot of other stuff that's been going on. Like his sister was on local radio, stuff going on that can be a distraction. He's 21 years old. He still handles all this pretty amazing. I'm surprised at how well he handles it, but um, I think going on the road is going to be a good thing, and they're going far away. I think he's had really good at bats. I know he only has one hit, but being on the road sometimes is a good thing. You can just kind of do your thing, and they're going to be at Seattle, at San Francisco, and at the Angels, so they get a chance to get revenge on the Angels. I don't care like who you're playing on a 9-game road trip. Those teams are solid. Any teams you play on a 9-game road trip are it's tough. So but I like the fact that um, these young guys will get a chance to get away from Boston for a little bit. I think that, especially for Anthony, there's a lot going on. It's good that he gets a break tonight. Um, Red Sox have won 5 of 6. The one loss was that extra inning game that they scored 8 runs. Look at you. You want to hear something crazy? The Red Sox are 6-2 in their last 8. The 2 losses, they have scored 6 runs and 8 runs. But I tweeted this out earlier today. Um, let's see if I can find it. Yeah. This is all you need to know about why the Red Sox have struggled. And I've said this a lot, that we tend to gravitate to other areas. For those that are watching this on Twitch, and TikTok, whatever team you like, whatever your favorite baseball team is, if you have a favorite baseball team that pitches, you get where you don't have to do a lot of other things sometimes. I think here, the Red Sox have struggled to pitch a lot. Um, we start to gravitate into other things that they do wrong. In a game last night, everyone's pumped today. You scored 2 runs. No one's complaining about the offense. Rafaela made another base running blunder. Um, Abraham Toro made an error. Those things go on look when you pitch like that. I tweeted this today. The Red Sox have had back-to-back at least 7 inning performances from their starters for the first time since 2018. It's 2025. They've not had a starter go back-to-back games with on at least 7. That's insane. That's why you've lost a lot of games. Think about that. That's a lot of bullpen. And if they have a guy go 7 tonight, which I don't think Dobbins would, but say they do, um, the I I'm assuming in 2018 they had a starter because that team was so good. Um, yeah, that is absolutely crazy. So they'll try to, accomplish something tonight. But I can't believe when I saw that, I was very surprised to see that kinda number. How's everyone doing if they're doing any fantasy baseball this year? I do a free league just for me to keep tabs on players, and I'm not doing great. We don't do head to head. I have an outfield of Tucker, Tatis, Acuna, who I drafted, who's incredible. I have Jeremy Pena, Arenado, Marte, Arise, Cal Raleigh, and I still cannot. I have Corey Seager, and I still can't win. Still having a rough go of it. Pitching's been lousy. I have Duran, Clase, Rodon, but George Kirby's killed me. All right, Red Sox will begin in about, yeah. Oh, I would pick Yankees. I'm not a Yankee hater. I know I shouldn't say that, but it happens when you're in the game for so long. I saw Aaron Judge, um, play in the minor leagues. Um, and Judge was a really cool guy. I used to see him after games signing autographs, but a good dude. So, he's a hard guy not to like. He had an unbelievable home run last night. That was something else. I'd like to do like a I think it'd be fun to do a rivalry show when the Sox and Yankees play. I gotta somehow hook up with some of those Yankee streamers. That would be fun. Do a show with a Yankee streamer, wouldn't it be? That'd be pretty cool. I thought that would be a really good, reality show where a Red Sox fan had to live in New York for baseball season and go to Yankee games and vice versa, and see, like, after the season, if each fan that switched, be the swap, the Red Sox Yankees swap, to see, like, if one had more perspective and was able to say, "You know what? This is pretty cool." Like, maybe they would appreciate, going to Yankee games. You'd have to go to every game. I think that would be pretty cool. That'd be a neat reality show. Plus, everyone would know that Reds, they promote it where this probably would have to have security, but there's gotta be some kind of Red Sox Yankee reality show that would be, I think, fun to watch, even if you didn't like sports. I've been down there for spring training. I actually called a spring training game at Steinbrenner Field a couple of years ago. Yeah, I'll have to, I went to Arizona this year for spring training out there, because I have a lot of friends that I wanted to see in the industry or the biz, as they say. So, I spent a lot of time going to ballparks. Yeah, the Yankees fans from the '80s, yeah, they were I can do that. Yeah, I mean, I think whatever side you think, Red Sox Yankees rivalry is good for the game. Um, it really is. Like, everyone's bitching about the game being on national TV tonight. The ratings will be through the roof. People lie. Um, but the Red Sox and Yankees are almost they're both the villains where people get annoyed with both of them. You need that in sports. I did a whole TikTok about the NBA. I think the NBA is boring right now. I think having, the commissioner is happy about having 7 years, 7 different champions. I disagree. If Michael Jordan played under these rules, there might not be the legend of Michael Jordan because he probably wouldn't have won 6 championships under these rules. Because Pippen wouldn't have stayed. They wouldn't have been able to do what they did. Um, Celtics, Lakers, a lot of those guys wouldn't have stayed back in the '80s with Magic, and I don't see McHale and Parrish and all of them under the rules now. It's made it does open the game up where every market has a chance, but also the Indiana and Oklahoma City are good, but then they're gonna have to dismantle their teams in a few years. I don't know. I don't love all of this. All I hear on the radio with the NBA is how the Celtics have to get rid of players, and that's what teams are constantly doing. And, like, it seems like they're just a set of guys that are just, like, Durant's just going from, team to team to team. I don't know, I'd like to see guys hang around, but I guess it's better for, the TV contract the NBA guys insane, so hard to argue their, business strategy. I think it's good, but in terms of the actual basketball, this series is a bore. Nobody's watching it, but, yeah, what you want basketball is good, but you need villains. There's no villains in this series. Nobody dislikes Tyrese Halliburton and SGA. They like them. You need villains. It's when was that doubleheader that you went to? Hmm. What up, Mitch? What up, Mike? What up, Cody? 80s, yeah. I went to the old stadium. I remember the game. I know Roberto Kelly was playing for the Yankees when I went to Yankee Stadium with a friend of mine from high school. In high school, I believe. So I think it was 1989. But I remember Roberto Kelly. I could probably find the game. And Roberto Kelly played from the Yankees from 87 through 92. So I went to a game at Yankee Stadium in that area. I believe it was probably 1990. Yeah, it was definitely yeah, I was because I went with a friend of mine who I'm still friends with today that was 1 year older than me. So I think it was 1990. I was a junior, he was a senior. And I don't know if it was against the Red Sox, it might have been. But I remember going to Yankee Stadium, and I could not believe how high it was because I had never seen a park with an upper deck. I couldn't believe how the structure of it. We got a couple minutes, and then I'm gonna, sign off of the game, but I got a quick story, a quick Reggie Jackson story. So I worked in Portland. I was the Portland Sea Dogs broadcaster for 15 years. And we played Trenton, which was the Yankees affiliate. Um, we played there all the time. So in the minor leagues, you all the teams will have like coaches or special assistants. They'll stop in, I'm doing my pregame show at the ballpark in Trenton, and right outside my booth, there's a back row of seats. Like it's that close, I could reach out and grab someone. So I'm just doing my pregame show, and Reggie Jackson walks right in front of me because he was a special assistant, and my eyes lit up, and he knew. Like he knew I mean he's not stupid. Like I'm on the air, and then he sees me react, and then he just sat down, and he must have been listening because I went to a commercial break, and he stood up and said, "Hey, I'm Reggie. Nice to meet you." And I said, "I'm Mike. I'm the broadcaster for the other team. I grew up, blah blah blah." And I remember like after the exchange, and I'm sitting in a commercial break, being like, "This is the coolest." This job has given me opportunities like I would have never have guessed as a kid I would meet Reggie Jackson, but I was just so starstruck seeing him, and what a super, super guy as well. So, um, it's cool to meet some of those former players.